What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to MKO Pugilism, aka MKO Boxing, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get into this one. So I stayed up late last night, into the early hours of the morning, watching this Fatal Fury, the Times Square experiment, which put on by Turkey Al Sheikh, and this Fatal Fury game and everything. So headline was Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. So and there were others. You had Teofimo Barboza. You had Devin Haney also featured on there. But right now, just going to focus on Garcia versus Rolly Romero, and this was the kind of upset of the evening. Because going into this, I quite confidently thought Ryan Garcia would deal with Rolly Romero pretty comfortably. Romero, puncher, you'd think, yeah, he does carry a punch. But again, he's a bit wild, he's a bit uncoordinated. And Garcia, I just saw him as sort of the better boxer going in, and I was quite confident he'd win. And boy, oh boy, totally and utterly wrong in this one. As Rolly Romero pretty much shut down and put Ryan Garcia into his box. This was a fight where Rolly Romero won very, very clearly on points, and the way it started, it started off quite lively. Both guys, I say lively, it was a little bit cagey in the beginning. Both guys trying to sort of find their way with the jab. You could see the speed of Ryan Garcia was very apparent in the beginning of the fight. And but Rolly Romero being competitive with the jab, looking a little bit awkward, but Garcia sort of looking the better boxer as we open round one. Then round two, which ends up being a very crucial round. We get into that again, more of the cautious, right hand up by the face and battle of the jabs. And, Romero's still into the fight, and, they're trading jabs here and there, trading straight shots. And then comes a big moment, big, right hand from, what do you call him now? Rolly Romero lands his big shot, big haymaker, right hand, and down goes Ryan Garcia. And that, for me, was it was a bit of a shock, to be fair, because I thought Garcia, with his skills and his speed and everything, I would expect him to sort of outbox Romero, but no, it was a complete opposite, where he was just put down. And unlike on other occasions where Garcia's been under pressure and sort of come back, in this fight, he was still sort of trying to find his feet, tried to fight back a little bit, but not very much. And as the round wore on, you had Rolly Romero once again using that lead left hand and then trying to line Garcia up for the right hook or the straight right hand, and not being that successful, but still landing a few combinations here and there, keeping Ryan Garcia under the caution. Obviously, he takes that round, easy 2-point round. Next round comes on, third, fourth, and it was strange, because I was expecting, given the confidence of Garcia going into this fight, I was expecting Garcia to sort of be more confident, to sort of go for it, not to be discouraged. But it was a very weird performance in that after the knockdown happened, Garcia was pretty much in his box. He was pretty much seeming content to just not do anything. He pretty much done next to no work, and it was just all Rolly Romero dominating Ryan Garcia behind sort of the jab and the straight right hand, just using straight punches and just pretty much making all the action. Ryan Garcia was very much into his box and just didn't really do anything. So from the time of like round two, when the knockdown happened, he was obviously competitive round one, round two, until the knockdown, and that was it. From then on, it was just a pattern of Rolly Romero, trying to throw power shots from the outside and just throwing and landing punches. I mean, Garcia done well to sort of cover up. He didn't go down again, but he was just dominated, literally just dominated throughout the entirety of the fight. Very easy one to score if you're a judge in this fight, because you know, it was only one man sort of making the fight happen and one man throwing punches and landing them. That was Rolly Romero. So very, very dominant performance, and it seemed as if Ryan Garcia was either sort of afraid of Rolly Romero, or you know, afraid of the power, as the commentary suggested. Although he has been down before and tried to come back and win, but this particular time it just seemed like he was just in his shell, in his box, and he didn't really have the desire to come back and actually to try and win this fight. It was just, he was just in his shell for the rest of the fight, and Romero just dominated with, you know, a good jab and good work, good punches from the outside, and that was pretty much it. Very simple, straightforward story. It's a good fight, good big upset for Rolly Romero. Romero will now have good options in there. I mean, you know, you got Devin Haney, you got Lopez. There's loads of guys out there for Rolly Romero. You can fight, and it's a good comeback for him, because you think about it, Romero, he's coming off of losses to like Pitbull, Cruz, and you know, it's a funny one, because it's not like he was even coming off of wins. Romero's coming to this off of losses, but he didn't let that deter him. Garcia's coming off of wins, and you know, interesting one though. It's not really a good fight to watch, to be honest with you. It was, you know, because it's just one-sided, quite just Rolly Romero dominating. That's all you got to see there. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Congratulations, hats off to Rolly Romero. And as for Ryan Garcia, I don't know what he does now really, because yeah, that sort of, with that sort of performance, the top guys would take his head off if he's going to perform like that. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.